Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Garrick Gillette. I am a photographer in Northern Illinois, and in today's video I am taking you downtown Chicago, the Chicago Loop area, the Magnificent Mile, for some awesome street photography. And I was fortunate enough to go into the city with a friend of mine who is an amazing street photographer. His name is Gary Bonnick, and I'm going to show some of his work here in a few minutes. So Gary invited me to come along with him one day. I jumped at the chance. I'm 58 years old. I've always wanted to do street photography in Chicago, and I've never done it. So this is the very first time going in photography only trip to Chicago with an awesome street photographer. And really, I got a lot of B-roll. Shooting street photography is not very conducive to vlogging. It's more conducive to like POV type of photography videos. Since it was my first time ever doing it, I got as much B-roll as I could, but I got some awesome images that I'm really happy and proud to share with you guys today. So stick around. Thanks for joining me, and let's get into it. First thing we have to do is hop the train from Aurora into Chicago Union Station. From there we get on the bus with all the other happy Wednesday morning commuters. Some sort of ticketing issue going on here, but I used this time to my advantage and got a couple of shots. I like how I've got her framed up right in the middle of the bus windshield. Gary must know about my sweet tooth, because as soon as we got off the bus, we stopped right at Stan's Donuts for a hot cup of coffee and some pastries. And oh yeah, I got a few shots here too. One of the cool things about art in general is that the viewer gets the opportunity to come up with their own interpretation, their own story of what they're looking at. And street photography is really good for that. Shot this one at 1/250th of a second at f4.5, and I was definitely seeing the white coat, dark pants, and the concerned look on her face, so that's why I took this shot. So in this one I was just seeing, this guy is standing here minding his own business, and then in the window behind him I darkened the area around the poster and kind of brought out the highlights so you can really see how it almost appears the guy in the foreground is being watched. So this next set of images is all from this Apple store that's right downtown, and I just was loving the light, I was loving the wood, I was loving all the glass, and obviously all the people inside. And this one right here is definitely my favorite from that group at the Apple store. Now this one is actually right outside of the Apple store, and I just like how the pattern and the pavement kind of leads the eye right to the center of the image where these folks are doing a selfie. We were in desperate need of a hot cup of coffee, so off we went to the nearest Starbucks, and who would have known it, but just happened to be the largest Starbucks on the planet. So this is on the main level, and if you look up it looks all the way up to 3 or 4 or 5 stories, all the way to the top of this thing, and I don't know exactly what it is, but I found it photogenic. So I popped on the old 12 to 24 millimeter Sigma lens and got a couple of shots. Definitely like this abstract image in black and white. And then I shot this shot, someone going up the escalator, and used Nik analog effects to process this image and give it that old-fashioned filmic look. And this is the last one that was taken at the Starbucks, and I just love the interplay between the mannequin and the associate from Starbucks. Kind of cool. Totally shot this one from the hip as I was walking out. Oh, wait a second. This is actually the last picture that was taken at Starbucks. Here's a good shot of what the skies were doing pretty much the whole day that we were in Chicago, and I figured now I was as good a time as ever to do a little bit of architecture photography. So see those flags right there? I walked over there and looked up, and you can see the Z pattern. That's what I was seeing, and that's what drew me to this image. So I took a couple of shots of it, and hey, there's Gary. And I'll put those shots up now. So speaking of Gary, I had asked him if he would send me 4 or 5 of his favorite Chicago street images, and I'm really happy to share these with you now. This one, I just fell in love with the light that I was seeing on this building. I mean, just look at it. It's just gorgeous on this curved building right on the corner at this intersection. So I just parked myself and waited to get a good shot. It was definitely worth the wait. I mean, a little bit of barrel distortion on this wide angle lens, but what the heck, I love this image. Speaking of beautiful light, check this out. Just amazing, gorgeous light bouncing all over these buildings. It was just amazing, and I got these shots here. We then found a park bench by the actual water tower in downtown Chicago and did some people watching, and that's where I snapped this shot that I really love. for me, everything comes together in this shot. The tones are beautiful, the light is beautiful, the body language, the bokeh, the patterns in the sidewalk, even the barrel distortion. Everything plays into the look and feel of this image, and yeah, this is definitely my favorite of the day. And if that one's my favorite of the day, this one is a very close second. Now this one, I saw the light and the shadows before I saw the guy there, and he was basically standing in this corner. And with how the light was and being in that corner, it just made him appear super small. And I was just kind of seeing how, you know, someone that might be down on their luck or whatever, just feeling very small. And that's the feeling I got when I saw it, and that's the feeling I got when I processed the image. And let me know what you think. I like this one a lot too. I just love the soft tones. I love the symmetry between the two doors. I love the overall balance of this image too, and definitely the story, right, that goes along with this. You've got all those chairs right there, then the guy standing. So yeah, it's just kind of a fun image, but this one's really grown on me since I've been doing the processing. This one was taken at the train station on the way out, and I really like the industrial feel and the grittiness of it, so I processed it. Very contrasty, but again, this one has a story, right? You have the triangle of the guys, two facing one way, the other guy facing the other way. He's on the phone. It's like, again, the viewer doesn't know what's going on and how the story ends, which to me makes a good image. Alright everybody, hey, that's going to do it for another video. Thank you very much for stopping by the channel. I know there's a ton of other photography channels out there on YouTube, so thank you very much for clicking on mine. I really appreciate it. And if you want to see all the photos from this video, plus other compositions of the same trip to Chicago, other processing techniques that I did on some of the same images that you've seen, check out my Instagram at Garrett Gillette Photography on Instagram. You'll see tons more pictures. Give it a follow. Also, you can view and purchase my work on fineartsamerica.com, and what I'm going to do is put a link in the description underneath this video that'll take you right to my gallery so you can shop around and hopefully make a purchase. And I will reach out to everyone that makes a purchase directly and send a handwritten note with regards to that specific image that was purchased. Yeah, so check that out if you get a chance. And you guys know the drill. Like it if you did, subscribe if you haven't, ring that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. And with that, I am your old buddy Double G, your very best friend in the whole wide world. We'll see you next time, everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye.